Good morning, Terraria players, and welcome back to the Anarchist mod for Terraria. It's the 1.2 update. Woohoo! Before we begin, a small announcement and a little channel update. The finale for this series will not be next week. My schedule in the recent weeks has been wackadoo, so I haven't been able to actually record up to the final boss. To context, normally by the time the episodes go live, the next episode has already been recorded, outlined, and had a script written. Where this episode leaves off is where my current playthrough has paused, so I'm taking a week to film a lot more and take my time to gather good footage. I'll have separate smaller Anarchist guides to take its place. They take much less time to record and edit, so I can make 2 to 3 of them in between recording for the finale. Stay tuned. With that small update out of the way, here's a list of the main mods I used in this run. If you have any to suggest to add for quality of life, or any bigger content mods that you think I should showcase, let me know down below. Yes, I already have Calamity on my queue. Every Terraria has to at some point, yeah? Now let's resume this playthrough, starting where we left off, right at Plantera. Not gonna beat around the bush, not gonna waste your time, and certainly not gonna give you up or let you down. Here's a Plantera fight right away. Enjoy! Plantera down. Spooky speed burst right there at the end. Its treasure bag was completely normal, and this boss didn't have an anarchy drop, and the crystal shells from last update actually got removed. It does have a swag drop though, which obviously I didn't get. I'd go for it later. To prepare for the next boss, I crafted the Anarchy Sludge, the anarchy summon for Primordius. To craft his base summon, the Primordius soup, it requires gel and ectoplasm. I then farm Mothrons in solar eclipses to get ancient debris. They either drop direct from Mothrons or can be crafted from broken hero blades. Ancient debris was needed to make a few post-Plantera upgrades. I made Terra Spark wings, a combination of flame spark boots, any wings, and some ancient debris. I then made the Terrakin, which was essentially the Terra Blade, but for Dark Artists. It was a shuriken. Now I felt ready to take on Primordius, the next boss. For this mod's strict boss progression, Primordius is required to fight the Frost and Pumpkin Moons. Onwards to the boss fight, enjoy! Primordius down. Its treasure bag contained quite a few items. A weapon from its loot pool, some type of gel which was a crafting material, its anarchy mode item, which made gel spheres rain down from the sky, and the burger barrage. Totally didn't become a patron the lead developer for Anarchist specifically to add a weapon as a reference to my channel. Nope, not me. This weapon is pretty strong, by the way. It had a variety of effects based on what piece of the burger hit the enemy. Would I use this weapon? Of course I would. I then killed Primordius a few more times for its totem, the Primordial Totem. It gave increased life regen when in the aura. Next up, I remember I had access to more upgrades. Now that Plantera was dead, demons in the underworld dropped demon souls. They were a very important crafting material, probably one of the top most important ones in the mod, as it went into a very huge amount of gear and weapons. I crafted a lot of Wicked Bars, which was made from Endotherium Bars and a Demon Souls. I made the Wicked Gauntlet, another upgrade from the Emerald Prism and the Emerald Gauntlet. It was the final upgrade for gauntlets for Dark Artists, granting a bigger boost to what the others gave. I then crafted their Arcturus Emblem, which buffed a lot of healing aspects for Dark Artist. I then farmed a bit more and was able to craft Wicked Armor, a new Dark Artist set and the final one until Moonlord. Its set bonus reduced your life by 20%, but gave the ability to revive up to 100 life twice before a cooldown of 2 minutes. Very strong armor. I then delved deep into the dungeon, with a normal goal of gathering ectoplasm and killing at least one bone lee so I can use the deviant from Fargos to farm them. I then crafted the Necromantic Essence, another increase of health by 25. I then decided to fight the Golem. Surely he'll be a pushover like he is in every mod ever, right? Haha, Golem time, let's go. Big Laser Scary. Still didn't take too long. This boss had no Anarchy exclusive item, but it did drop ancient solar fragments, which were used in a few things. I then made Master Ninja Gear and attempted to fight Duke Fishron. I'm not good at Duke Fishron. I'm just gonna skip him until later. Next up, since we didn't fight Duke, it is time to fight the Overseer, as this boss is required to fight the Lunatic Cultist because of strict boss progression. And thus, it is Overseer time. Enjoy the fight. Overseer down. Inside its treasure bag, its Anarchy item gave you a bonus 20% damage, but you also took 20% more damage as well. Risky. I was also able to obtain the Eldritch Bodkin, a tracking Dark Artist dagger that was super spec'd out for healing. I would then go after the lunatic cultist and begin the pillar event. Enjoy the fight against the cultist. Cultist down. Nice changes to the fight, it actually made it hard. Inside its treasure bag, because yes, this is a mod that adds a treasure bag to the cultist, its Anarchy mode item gave increased stats during the pillars. It also had some fragments of each class inside the bag too. I would then take on the pillars. Easily the worst part of the game, made much smoother by reducing the number of enemies you need to kill down to only 75 enemies in Anarchy mode. After knocking down one of the pillars, they also dropped Twilight fragments, which were for Dark Artists. I crafted the Twilight Monument, which increased my occult damage by 10% and my defense by 5. This was a permanent upgrade. Each pillar dropped one for their respective class. With a bunch of Twilight fragments acquired, I went to crafting to prepare for Moonlord. I made the Charm of Legends, which added the effect of the Charm of Myths to the Destroyer emblem. I made the Leviathan emblem, which was a powerful Dark Artist equipment that gave a lot of massive buffs. It was the best Dark Artist accessory in the mod, for now. I then sought weapons to fight the Moonlord with. I was given a suggestion in the Anarchist mod Discord to go for the Harvest Sickle, which dropped from pumpkins during the Pumpkin Moon. It didn't take too long to get. This was a very strong weapon that threw a sickle towards enemies, but it also launched tracking silhouettes from the blade as it flew. I really enjoyed this weapon. I then crafted the Anarchy summon for the Moonlord, and made the final tier of health upgrades for the Hearts of Anarchy. And now, after a few more deaths to the pillars, I was ready to fight the Moonlord and begin the journey into post-Moonlord content. Enjoy this fight! and the Moonlord was defeated. Inside his treasure bag, it held a new emblem for each class and its Anarchy mode item, which increased your health by 10% when a boss was alive. It combined with a Lunatic Cultist item to make the Singularity Incarnation, which combined both effects of them, but modified the Cultist side to be a stat boost when a boss is alive instead of just during the pillars. I then opened a few more treasure bags to obtain certain things. The Cosmic Flare, which was another increase to health by 25, and the Celestial Dirk, the Moonlord Dark Artist Dagger. It tracked and summoned a bunch of daggers from progression that also tracked. Really strong dagger. I made the Twilight Monolith, which was a Moonlord tier totem, had a very large totem radius that gave damage resistance when inside. To round out this episode, I then crafted the Twilight Armor, the Moonlord Dark Artist Armor. To make it, you need Twilight Bars, which were a combination of Twilight Fragments and Luminite Bars. All classes needed that to craft their armor. What does this armor do? Of course, it had a lot of buffs for Dark Artists, but it also decreased your max life by a whopping 30% and gave you 2 revives to 80 life before a 2-minute cooldown. It also had a high chance to release a healing burst whenever you crit. And with the Twilight Armor crafted, let's take a look at some upgrades. I went from Endotherium Armor to Wicked Armor and ended with Twilight Armor. For weapons, I went from the Yaplux Knives to the Terrakin, to the Burger Barrage, and then on to the Harvest Sickle and Celestial Dirk. For equipment, I added the Leviathan Emblem, Charm of Legends, Terra Spark Wings, and Master Ninja Gear to my arsenal. For totems, I went from the Eclipse Monolith to the Primordial Totem and on to the Twilight Monolith. Next episode will be the finale, the final 4 bosses, the final stretch. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to do what the algorithm likes. I'll see you all in the next one. Blade Burger out.